I was just a baby. Like, I had hearing problems. I was born with hearing problems. And I remember I had surgery, and I had to wear tubes in my ears till I was like 16 in both of my ears. And my hearing just was good for a while until I was like 16, and then I didn't realize I was having more of a problem, but I knew it was a problem. And so later on, I kept on like thinking I'm hearing, but really I'm not. And then as time went by, in 2017, I went through a domestic abuse with a relative who I've forgiven now. And I got hit on both of my ears, and it took more of my hearing down. And so fast forward into 2018, I had vertigo. And I went to the hospital, clinics, off and on. They were just telling me to rest, take medication. I've already, since a child, been taking that medication. And so I end up realizing, okay, like, what's going on now? What's happening? My health felt like it was declining in 2019. And I got really sick, like so sick that I couldn't even stand up straight. I couldn't even walk a straight line. Everything was dizzy-like. Went back to the hospital again. They told me it was vertigo again. They didn't tell me anything with hearing aids until the year of last year. And I was living with a friend of mine at the time. And she says to me, "So I just have a question. Can you hear me?" And I said, I'm looking at her. And she repeats it again, like, "Can you hear me?" She comes up and says my name, Julia, Julia. And I couldn't hear her. And I just shook my head and cried and said no. And she goes, "We're going for a hearing appointment." So I ended up going to the Polyanic clinic. And right away, the guy fit me in for hearing aids. Like, I went for a test. I haven't had a test for many years, but went for the test. He told me I was at 60. If I said that wrong, I was corrected. It was 60 and 80%. And so after that, I knew I had a bit of a problem, but I couldn't figure out. I thought I was hearing, but it really was like muffled and moderate sounds. So it was like a mix of hearing and then not hearing again. And then after that, when I got the hearing aids, he told me, "So can you hear?" And he said, "Say something." I said, "Hello," and I got shocked. And he said, "Don't tell me you could not hear your own voice." And I said, no. And then I ended up going for a fitting, and he told me, "This is what she's hearing." I'm going, and I'm hearing, I'm going, "Are you going to the store? Are you going to the mall? I'm missing conversations. Like half of the conversations. It was difficult to have conversation in a group. So now fast forward to a couple of nights ago, I finally just went up to Prophet Abel, and I said, "Abel, I'd like a prayer for my hearing." And next thing you know, he started to pray. He didn't even put his hand on me, and I felt like a heat come to me. And next thing you know, something was happening. And he said, "Can you hear me?" And that's the very first time I could hear someone say, "Can you hear me?" And the Lord healed.
So you don't have your hearing aid anymore?